On this page, we'll cover more of this example we've been talking about body image and male versus females. Not that I'm pinning them against each other when I say versus, right? Just comparing, I guess. Exploring the relationship between two categorical variables, in this case, body image is one categorical variable, and gender. So in this case, I guess we're assuming that we're only talking about people who identify themselves as female, and then those who identify themselves as male. If you identify as a different category, then I guess that wasn't considered, I don't know. Amounts to comparing the distributions of the response variable, in this case, body image, for different values of the explanatory variable, in this case, gender. So in this example, we're going to ask ourselves, is body image related to gender? So probably in some cases, probably in general, yes. For each body image category, we compare females and males, so we need to know the total number of females and males. We no longer need to know the total number of students for each body image category. So we remove those totals. They were just kind of extra numbers that aren't really going to affect what we're going to do now, and just extra numbers that are going to confuse us maybe. Note that there are many more females than males in this example, kind of like we pointed out in the previous page. So when we compare females to males, it's misleading to compare raw counts in each body image category. For example, it's misleading to say 560 females responded about right compared to only 295 males. And we kind of noted that on the previous page, right? Because the sample includes a lot more females than it did males. Instead, we compare the percentage of females who responded about right to the percentage of males who responded about right. So now we'll kind of finally do what we were alluding to, is think about percentages. So for females, let's see, that responded about right, we divide the number that said that they felt like their body image was about right, quote unquote, is 560. That's out of a total of 760. So we divide those, we get a decimal. We move the decimal point to the right twice, and we get 73.7% of females say about right. Okay, sounds good. Okay. And then for the males, there were 440 males that said that was the total number of males, and then 295 responded about right. If we divide those numbers, 295 responding about right out of the 440 total, and we move the decimal point to the right twice, we get 67%. So same outcome, but this is for males. They both said about right. So the percentage is smaller for males. So there are more females at this school anyway that feel like their body image is about right. Not underweight, not overweight, more than males. So that's kind of interesting. It seems like, okay, then a lot of the males are in one of the other categories compared to the females. But they're fairly close, right? 67% versus 73.7%. Those are fairly close. We can interpret percentages as a number out of 100. So by converting to percentages, we are reporting the results as though there are 100 females and 100 males. We can see that a higher percentage of females feel about right about their body weight. Note, it's important to identify the explanatory variable because we always use the totals for the explanatory variable to calculate the percentages. Okay, let's move down a little bit and think about this more here. We call these conditional percentages. The percentages in the female row are the distribution of body images based on the condition that students are female. The percentages, the male row, are the distribution of body images based on the condition that students are male. Thus, our two sets of conditional percentages form two conditional distributions for body image. So now this is a perfect way to visually show what's going on here. So a very small proportion of females, and I only know it's females because I see at the bottom of this left-hand chart it says females, a very small percentage, 4.9%, said they feel underweight. So that's probably not surprising, versus males, there are 16.6% of males who feel like they are underweight. Okay, now let's compare overweight. So it looks like these kind of greenish rectangles, I guess, that represent the overweight population, or those that feel that they are overweight. They're fairly close. I mean, females, 21.4% of them responded that they felt like they were overweight, versus males, 16.4% said that they felt like they might be overweight. Those aren't too far apart. I mean, yeah, it's like 5 percentage points, but I guess we might have assumed ahead of time that it was going to be a bigger difference than that. Then for the about right category, as we kind of saw before, 73.7% of females said they felt like their body image was about right, versus 67% of males felt that their body image was about right. So there's a side-by-side comparison, and you can draw your own conclusions, psychology-wise. Why do so many females think of themselves as about right or overweight and not that many underweight, and on and on. But it's kind of interesting, that the percentages are a lot closer than you'd think, maybe.